Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is March 29th, 2021, and this is episode 249. A little bit different today. We're going to look at Terry Moore's How to Draw. This is the expanded edition. Now, I do have the original How to Draw, the original version that this is not expanded. This one's actually a hardcover as well. And it also has this nifty little placeholder in which to keep my spot where I'm reading, and I can put post-its and stuff on the other pages. But just want to go through what's different about this one. If you're not familiar with Terry Moore, he's done a number of series, and we can go right to the back, give you a list of what he's done. You might recognize some of these, maybe not. Strangers in Paradise was a big award-winning series that he did. Sip Kids, Paradise 2, Echo, which I really liked, Rachel Rising, which I really liked, Motor Girl, Strangers in Paradise 25, 5 years, Ever, and Serial, which is going on right now, and I'm really enjoying that one as well. Now, what I like about Terry Moore in general is he is a great artist, but at times he can do it with very economically. And with me trying to make my own comics, and I'm not really an artist, and I'll show you a sample of my work so you can get a good laugh, but I like his economic use of lines, and it gets across the feelings and emotions of the characters, as well as showing good motion and good action. So let's get into this a little bit. First of all, I'll show you what's different about this, and it's really just added stuff. It's not so much difference. I'll go right to the table of contents to start this off. So you'll see the same pictures throughout. Now, before it ended with chapter 5, and that chapter was How to Draw Comics. Well, that is still in here intact. He has just put it under the how to draw timing. So it's all in there, along with, let's get the pages so you can actually see the pages. Well, how to draw funny, it starts there, and then this how to draw comics is just included in here. So all these pages that were in here are also in here. But you can see he's added a number of topics here. How to draw body language, how to draw timing, and just a really nice extra pages in here. And of course, then you get extra pages of his illustrations as well. And you can see that he has some samples of very detailed drawings as well as just the regular drawing. So I do think it's worth it to upgrade, at least for me, especially if you're a fan of Terry Moore, because you do get the extra drawings within. And let's take a look. We've seen that now. Kind of explain that away. Let's take a look at some of the things you get in here. Now, there are some nudes in here. I'm going to try to keep that to the minimum just so I don't get banned or anything. But the nudes are in artistic form, and they are in good taste. But they are present here, and it just shows the I want to say atomically correct use of drawing. So you get some funny drawings in here. Here's one of his characters trying to go through a metal detector and not quite getting through. But he's got a lot of kind of interesting looks on things as well. So he starts out with how to draw women. That's one of his favorite subjects in here. And I'll try to keep it so we don't get anything too crazy. But as you can see, he's very economical with his drawing. But there are drawings in here where you can see that he has put a lot of I'm going to skip through here a little bit so we don't get, here we go. He kind of talks about balance. He talks about certain body parts as well. I'm not going to really go through that. But you can see that he's showing how things balance, how to make it look right with your drawings. And you can see he's got all kinds of interesting things that he's showing you here, as well as really nice descriptions. And this is all in the older book as well. But you can see how quickly things can get. He's got a nice thing on expressions. Very simple, but look what it's portraying here. I mean, you can really tell what the character or the face there is showing the gesture. You can see a little bit more detailed, fixed out. And what's interesting about Terry too is he does a lot of this work, the inking work, with a brush. He does use the quill and he does use microns, but when you watch him do it, he's got some, I think it's terrymooreart.com or Terry Moore, something like that, on YouTube. He actually has videos and you can watch him working and watch him doing there's a section on breasts. Let's kind of skip through that. But check out the detail like on this. That is, almost Neil Adams. So he does have the talent to really turn it on when necessary. But like I said, he's very economical in his use of ink and line, but it still gets everything portrayed perfectly across. Now you can see some other styles he's done in the past. Here he's kind of mimicking Peanuts, it looks like. And just a lot of good dialogue that he has put in here as well. Okay, let's go back to see what's new though, because that's really probably what you want to see. And a lot of these drawings that he has in here are taken from his later comics that were done after he did the original book. So we'll see some of those things. He's very cartoonish at times as well. There's some nice, almost gesture drawings there. And let's get further in because I think what we need to get to is one of the new chapters. Because that'll show us, well, I'm pretty sure he hadn't done Motor Girl yet. And so here we go. We got like things like this. And he talks about how he drew it. If you go to his channel too, you get live, he shows him inking, he shows him drawing, how he pencils things. And that's from Serial, his latest one. So that made the book. And this was the cover of number 2, which came out, I believe, last month. I got it in March, but it was a last month release. So some really nice stuff. How to set your comic up. And finally, I think it just kind of ends there. So those are the kind of the newer pages. We kind of skimmed through them. I don't want to get in here. He had all this tools, tips, and specs, all that stuff. That was in the older edition as well. So these photos are exactly the same. I went page for page just to make sure I wasn't lying. Tells you what materials he uses, how he lays things out, how he sets up a blank page for a comic, just all kinds of stuff. Here's some of the equipment, the microns, the brushes. It's just really interesting if you do get a chance to watch him work. Usually has like a question and answer at the beginning of his videos and gives you updates on what he's working on, and then he'll go ahead and have kind of a lesson in penciling or inking or even lettering. He puts his lettering right on the panels. He doesn't have a letterer come in later and Photoshop them in. So when he's done, he's done. The page is complete. Anyway, boy, it got dark in here. The sun went away. So here's a sample of what I'm talking about, how I'm drawing pretty simple. This is just my pencils. As you can tell, I'm not the world's greatest artist. Let me get that in the middle more. Something I worked on last week. So what I'm hoping to glean from Terry is just a little bit of expertise. I'm going to try to pour through this book a little bit more closely than I did originally, since I'm right in the middle of a few projects right now, but hopefully they'll get done soon. So this is a recommend, of course, for as far as an art book. He says that it's meant to pick up where a lot of beginning art books end and give you a little bit more reference of what to think about when you're drawing, and I think he does a very good job of that from what I can tell. This, along with his videos, I really recommend checking out his videos. Would really give you a good basis of how he does it. Now, how you draw, you might use different materials, you might use different subject matter or whatnot, but I think there's something in here for everybody, and it is a fairly reasonable book. I think the soft cover is under $20, and there might be some deals otherwise. Otherwhere, I actually paid kind of a premium because I wanted the hardcover, and it was shipped directly from Abstract Studios, and I got my little placeholder as well. So anyway, this is my review of, or just kind of my presentation of Terry Moore's How to Draw Expanded Edition. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like, please subscribe, please leave comments. I've been really happy with the subscriptions this month. I get like one a day, which is phenomenal for me. And I think I got 29 subs for 29 days so far this month. So that's been my best month ever, and hope to see you again. So please do come back again. Tell your friends. You know, give them the subscription of my channel as a gift. Anything you can do would be helpful. That's what I got for today. So thanks for stopping by the Temple of Tomes. As always, this is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.